Hey there, folks. Today, let's dive into the latest developments in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Things are heating up as the US makes a last-ditch effort to broker a ceasefire. But Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is standing firm on some controversial border demands. Netanyahu has outright rejected calls for a ceasefire with Hamas, despite growing international pressure and protests within Israel. In a recent address, he expressed deep sorrow over the tragic death of 6 Israeli hostages and promised harsh retaliation against Hamas. But he also made it clear that Israel's control over key border areas is non-negotiable. So what's the big deal about these border areas? Well, Israel insists on maintaining control over the Philadelphia and Netzarim corridors. These are strategically important strips of land along the Gaza-Egypt border and within Gaza itself. Israel argues that control over these corridors is crucial to prevent Hamas, which they label as a terrorist organization, from smuggling weapons and fighters. However, Hamas and Egypt see Israel's demands as a blatant infringement on Palestinian sovereignty. They argue that this would effectively give Israel control over movement in and out of Gaza, which would further isolate the already besieged territory. This standoff has brought ceasefire negotiations to a grinding halt, even as the US pushes for a deal. Adding to the tension, international pressure is mounting on both sides to reach an agreement. The United Kingdom has even suspended some arms exports to Israel, citing humanitarian concerns over the civilian casualties and crisis in Gaza. This move underscores the growing unease worldwide about the escalating conflict and its devastating impact on civilians. Organizations like the World Health Organization are stepping in to address the urgent health needs of Gazans. For instance, they're launching a polio vaccination campaign for children, even as the conflict makes access to medical care and essential supplies extremely challenging. So, where does this leave us? The international community is calling for peace, but the deadlock over these border corridors remains a significant hurdle. Netanyahu's firm stance on border control is seen by many as a strategic move to ensure Israel's security, but it's also perceived as a step towards further occupation by Hamas and Egypt. As negotiations continue, all eyes are on whether the US can push both sides towards a ceasefire, or if Netanyahu's border demands will drag the conflict on. It's a complex situation with no easy answers, and the stakes couldn't be higher for everyone involved. Alright, that's a wrap on today's update. If you found this video informative, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more news insights. Stay informed, stay engaged, and I'll catch you next time.